Have you listened to the Turtle Soup episode?
I haven't had a chance to yet. No.
It's a lot.
Okay.
I don't know.
How long
I mean,
is
obviously, I'll plug it on the show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I don't understand what got into me, like, why I just that sounded bad. Why I decided to read fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles toys, like the descriptions for the toys in the voice. I mean, they were really dirty. Like, we acknowledged that the wording, they were clearly bored when they were writing this wording.
Yeah. Ugh. Well, I mean, that was like what? Like wave 8 or 9 by that point. So, yeah, they were done.
It was 94, I think.
Yeah. And the Turtles were big in like 89, 88, maybe.
Yeah,
so,
it was definitely like dying down.
Yeah, that was like, I think they really peaked when they did the Star Trek mashup figures. And that was just like, that's okay, guys. This is the best we can do. It's all downhill from here. What was it, like Skiing Leo or something like that? Like, Cool Runnings, Donnie. I don't know.
It was in that. Okay, in this particular, I mean, there's so many of them. In this particular one, they covered the trolls.
Oh God, I remember those. Yes, that was so bad. Oh.
They were big, and what else is it? The biker one is the one that like they named the episode.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's the one I'm thinking of because it was like a box, and then the figure was kind of tiny in the box for some reason.
Yeah, that might have been. Yeah. I don't remember. And then there was the ones that were like they pop out of the shell or whatever. They like are birthed from the shell. And I said on the podcast, I think I had those. Or my brother had them, like kind of thing.
I had several of those figures, and I'm not proud of it. But no,
you shouldn't be. None of us are.
I was thinking about this kind of when I was reading about like what you did on the show and everything, and about just like the ritual of what I used to do with my grandfather was we'd find an excuse to go to the Walgreens down the street like once or twice a week or something like that, and I would always beg him for an action figure. Because I was at that age where it was like, oh shit, there's toys in the store. I know it's not a toy store, but I want these toys, And sometimes he would get me a G.I. Joe. Sometimes I would save up my allowance and I would get like a Ninja Turtle or something. And what's funny is like action figures were so cheap back then, you could just get it for like $5.
Yeah.
And And now I feel like an old man and shit because it's like now you can't
You're expensive.
Yeah, you can't get a toy for like less than like $18, and it's just like it's a figure, and it may come with a sword, and it comes with a head from another action figure that you have to build if you collect all of that run.
Yeah, I mean, there was one particular build-a-figure. Now I can't remember what it was. Eric ended up building the figure because he bought the whole. Obviously, it's Eric. But there was one of those. And I was like, damn it, I want that figure. And I just don't like that model at all. No,
and it's so bad. Like, hey, I want to get this Wasp action figure for my kid. My kid likes the Wasp. Ant-Man's okay, but the Wasp, that's what she really likes. And then it comes with like Sabretooth's leg.
Yeah.
And it's like,
what do you do with
why?
this?
You're right.
Why? What is this? What's happening?
The best one that I saw was a Deadpool series where Deadpool was breaking the fourth wall and acknowledging the Build-A-Fig pieces in the plastic and like fucking around with them. So like the one where it came with a head, he was like kicking a field goal with the head.
Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah.
That was good, or just
so it was like a Tumblr type of thing or whatever? You mean like someone took the photos and like...
No, these were like the official posing in the actual packaging.
Oh, that's even better. I thought someone was just like making a joke account of these figures.
No, but somebody they put some thought into this. And I was hoping like, okay, they'll start using their noggins a little bit more when it comes to these runs, when it comes to like, all right, so we have a run of Fantastic Four figures, and for some reason it comes with, I don't know, let's say Thor is like the 6th figure. Thor has nothing to do with the Fantastic Four. Why is he there? Because they had a space in the line, and they hadn't made a Thor figure in a long time. So
I noticed they did that a lot with like Namor for a while there. They kept putting Namor, and I'm like, no one wants Namor.
Yeah, like I think for the Black Panther line they did that. It's like Black Panther, and then hey, it's Namor. The six figures Namor.
Oh, it's Namor. Okay. It's like that, the scene in Wayne's World when it's like, oh, it's, Delaware. Cool. Delaware. like that is Namor to me.
Yeah.
He's Delaware. Look, we're in Delaware.
Basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I forgot about that bit. That was pretty funny.
Yeah. Everything about that movie holds up, by the way.
Yeah.
I rewatched it like last year.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, oh man, because you go back and you watch these comedies, and you're not quite sure how bad it's going to be and how questionable, and it holds up really well.
That's cool. And yeah. I actually liked the sequel too. I thought the sequel was good.
Yeah. The sequel was enjoyable, but the first one is just solid movie.
So do you ever listen to what's the name of the show?
How Did This Get Made?
How Did This Get Made? Yes. Do you ever listen to that? Okay.
Love it.
When you listen to it, does it have to be about a movie that you've seen before?
No. I've listened to plenty of those where I've never seen the movie.
Okay. And I think that speaks to the quality of their show, the way that they kind of like. Yeah,
it's just enjoyable to me. I don't care.
Yeah, I mean Paul and was it
Jason
Mantzoukas? Yeah.
And June on Grace and Frankie.
They all have such a good rapport with one another. You know, it goes back to that episode of Chris Gethard that I told everybody to watch on one episode. Like, they are funny people together. Like, I would love to watch a movie with them, even if it's a bad movie. You know?
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's like.
I agree. I don't know how they haven't done that yet. Because that podcast has been on for at least 5+ years? Come on.
Yeah.
Make a Lifetime movie with them.
Make a Lifetime movie. Well, it's funny, too, because it's like usually if you see Jason in a project, then Paul shows up in a cameo or vice versa.
Yeah, I don't think that Jason has been on Grace and Frankie, but Paul has.
Okay. Yeah, so I
Unless
guess
this new season is, like, he's on there. I haven't watched that yet. But.
If there's one of them, then there's another one. One of them's the other one's going to join in. Like, on The Good Place, of course, Derek, you know.
Yeah.
And then Paul Scheer. Paul Scheer shows up as one of the committee from heaven.
Yeah. So good.
It's so good, man. Yeah.
So were you questioning like an episode of that show that you want to watch? Is that why you brought it up?
I was just curious because I end up doing that myself sometimes. Like I'll look and see what the topic is, and sometimes it's like, yeah, I don't really care about that movie, or all right, I've never seen this movie, but I know it's really bad, and I want to hear what they have to say about it. You know, but it's rarely I don't want to listen to it at all. It's just okay, what's my level of excitement of when I want to listen to this? Do I want to check it out now? Or do I want to just, like, have it ready for when I run out of other stuff to listen to?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. It's judgment call. I mean, I will say that it is more enjoyable if you've seen it. Like, a lot of the references make sense. But it also kind of... There's some of them they talk about. I'm like, I don't want to spend the time to watch this movie.
Right.
But I weirdly will listen to this podcast.
Like, the Interstill episodes I won't really listen to too much, where they go back and they talk about, oh, this is what we forgot to mention on the episode, here's what we're talking about next time. Like, that's not too much of a grab for me. But yeah, where they chop up the movie itself, yes, definitely, I'll check that out. Yeah,
I agree.
All right.
Sorry,
no problem.
All right, so
you got your drink?
Yeah, I do. Drink. Do we want to get into this housekeeping? Did we start? I can't keep track.
I'll figure it out when I edit. I don't care.
And we are go.
Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Lex and Matt's Excellent Adventure. We are here. This is episode 47, if you don't count the minis or the special episodes that are on Patreon. But this is the 47th official episode of Lex and Matt. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Matt Peters.
And I'm Lex Lutz.
And we're here to talk about several things that we haven't talked about already, hopefully.
I just can't believe it's 47 episodes. We're coming up on 50.
That's right.
What anniversary is that? What is that?
That's the mac and cheese anniversary.
Mac and cheese? Oh, God, I love it. Perfect.
Word. So I'll be expecting that in the mail.
Yeah, it's going to be gross, but okay.
Hey, you know what? It's the same thing they say about pizza. It doesn't matter if it doesn't apply to mac and cheese. There's gross mac and cheese that you just cannot tolerate.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
Mm.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was good. We had that long weekend thanks to Martin Luther King.
Yep.
Shout out to Dr. Martin Luther King
That
Jr.
was his dream.
That was his dream, to give us a Monday off. And you know what? Kudos, man. Kudos. That happened. We appreciate it. You know what? I feel bad for people that end up having to work on MLK Day, because it's like, you work so hard. You black all year long, and you still got to go to work.
Only the black people, though, right?
Oh, hell yeah. No, just only just the people of color get to take off on MLK Day. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair. Yeah. I'm fine with that.
Everybody else got to work. Traffic folks.
Honky, you got to work.
Bus drivers. You know what? You driving me around today. All right. That's what's happening. Yeah. So no, the weekend was good. Got a chance to chill. Got a lot of stuff done. How was your weekend?
It was good when I wasn't making a fool out of it.
Let's deal with all the housekeeping, and we'll get to that.
Okay.
Because I really want to dig into that.
Yeah. Let's do housekeeping.
Okay.
So I want to quickly plug a podcast that I like. So I just want to throw this out there because I am a habitual listener to this. It's a newer podcast that started last year. And I think I've mentioned it on the show before. But I just wanted to give it an official shout out, and the creators of that show a shout out, because it's two brilliant women discussing politics and news. And I just feel like there's not enough of that out there. Or at least as far as what I've discovered. And they just handle it really well. So I liked it a lot. It's called Exceedingly Persuasive, with 2 X's, like the XX chromosomes. And it's the people who created it are Brooke Angeline on Instagram. So it's Brooke and Mackenzie. And then it's MKZ Joy Brennan. So you can follow both of them on Instagram. They don't have – I messaged them and asked them if they had an official page or anything like that right now. They don't at the moment. But if you go subscribe to the podcast and everything and follow them on there, you'll see when they have new episodes. They just dropped a brand new episode, their first one of the year. It's awesome. So Definitely check that out.
All right.
Also, I was on Turtle Soup.
Yeah.
Our buddies, their TMNT podcast, the only good Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles podcast, as if I've listened to all of them.
The original. The only one that matters. Shout out to Turtle Soup.
Yeah. So I was on their episode this weekend. I had said before that I would be on an episode of Turtle Soup.
That was fast, though. Like, we were talking about
that's because I went out to Plant City to just hang out with them, and then suddenly they're setting up a mic. And I'm like, all right, well, guess I'm on a freaking podcast today. All right.
Oh, man. That's so funny. That's great. Yeah. That's perfect timing. So you went on Turtle Soup. You killed it. Well, we've already posted links, but
it is not safe for work. I am just warning you guys in advance. It's, I wasn't on drugs, but what was I thinking? I don't know. It's like every episode of this show that I do, I'm like, why did I do that? Why did I say that?
You went to a place called Plant City and you weren't on drugs. I mean, that's the most shocking news right there.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Right. So, okay. Ironically, that is not the first time that I've heard Plant City referenced today. Really? I actually saw a tweet from somebody. You just come across silly tweets sometimes. It's like, okay, that's pretty good. This guy, it's Lumber Zach on Twitter, says, one time at this bar in Nashville, the band stopped playing and asked the audience, who here is from Plant City, Florida? And this girl goes, woo! She thought they were giving her hometown a shout out, but it was because they found her lost ID. I think about her often.
I was going to say nobody knows Plant City other than people who have been or live in Plant City. Yeah.
Shout out to Plant City. So, yeah, that's cool you were on Turtle Soup, man.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I love both those boys so much. So
I spent a good portion of the last episode verbally filleting Turtle Soup and how proud I am of them and how glad I am that they exist in this podcast space. But I'll say it again. Shout out to Turtle Soup. So, yeah. Turtle Soup. We got more crossovers happening in the very near future. This is the year of crossovers for Lex and Matt. So stay tuned, everybody. Lots of stuff happening.
Yeah.
So I didn't record a podcast this week, but a new episode of University dropped that you guys should definitely check out. I know I've mentioned this on the show before, but for those that don't know, it's an actual play podcast. We roll those D20s, have all that kind of fun. I recorded with my good friends Aaron Amendola, Caitlin Rosberg, and of course Liz Brzezinski. I play a character named Chuck, and basically Chuck is everything I'm not. So when I say it's a role-playing, actual play game, it's definitely role-playing. Anyway, check it out. It's part of the Versus the Universe podcast network. This whole thing, this Astound thing that they have going on, it's amazing. The 6th story episode is the one that just dropped. So there's still plenty of time to catch up. The editing, the sound editing that Versus the Universe does on the show is incredible. And from what I understand, the theme song is very catchy. It's an earworm. Haha, pun intended. So check that out as well. I know why I can't talk. I was listening to Jeff Goldblum speak, and that just screws with your head. That's what it is. Okay.
He has that weird cadence. I don't even know where's he from?
He does. And you know why? It's because he's a jazz man. And jazz people have that flim-flam way of speaking.
Is he from another country, though?
I don't know. I don't really.
American.
Where is he from? When did he begin?
I'm looking it up
Who
right now.
is he?
He's 67 years old. He's from Pennsylvania.
Shit.
Bitch, you have no reason to be that way.
No, he has no business being that interesting. From Pennsylvania. Get the fuck out of here. Yeah. So, my other thing is Shy Nerd Fest. I guess that's kind of our thing. Shy Nerd Fest. We were pleased as punch to be part of Shy Nerd Fest last year. A lot of you folks came out and supported us, and we sincerely appreciate that. Unfortunately, this year, due to scheduling conflicts, we're not going to be able to make it work. However, if you would like to be a part of Chicago Nerd Comedy Festival, the submissions open they're open now.
Was that last Friday?
No. I mean, by the time people hear this, it's going to be...
yes. Yeah, they're open.
Submissions are going to be open to you. We'll put links in the show notes, of course. If you're a stand-up, if you're an improv person, how dare you? If you have a podcast of your own, you can apply to be part of the Chicago Nerd Comedy Festival at the famous Stage 773 right here in Chicago, Illinois. It's worth it. It's a lot of fun. We will get you fucked up in a good way if you come through. So, yeah, check us out. Last but not least, if you would like to purchase one of our Slapdash t-shirt designs, TeePublic, the site that we sell t-shirts through, is having a sale that is on now through the 26th. So check that out. Get you a discount. Hoodies, t-shirts, tote bags, shower curtains, whatever you want. It's all there for you.
Yeah.
All right, that's all my shilling.
Have you bought anything from there?
I have the best shower curtain just with my face on it right now. Not yours, just my face.
Yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot to deal with.
I was considering, would it be creepier to have A, both of our faces, B, just my face, or C, just your face on the shower curtain in this imaginary scenario?
My face. Alone.
Exactly. Yeah. See that? Yeah. There's no right answer here.
They're not good. They're all. They're all really bad options. I would say now, if it was my house, the worst option is just yours.
Well, the face that I'm making on our logo.
I know. Yeah.
Oh. It's just such a judgy shower curtain.
Me, I'm like, Brad, what's up? Yeah.
Oh man, I should get a shower curtain just with the album cover of Everything But the Girl's Temperamental? Yeah, that's the name of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's further in the back of the limo, right? Or car?
No, that's just that weird, that charcoal drawing.
Oh, yeah. I know what it is. Okay.
All right, that's enough of the deep cut section. So, you had an interesting weekend. Nudge.
Yeah. Okay. So, first of all, I asked her if I could share this story because it was funny.
Oh, yeah. This is all above board.
Yeah, no, I obviously asked her permission, and I asked, "Can I use your name?" And she said, "You freaking better." So because she's bossy. So I was with Bree this weekend.
Bree.
And yeah, Bree.
Okay, all right. So I've never heard you actually say her name. I've only seen it typed out. So it could have went several different ways. It could have been Bree.
What?
It could have been like Bre, like Sabre, or it could have been like Bre. I don't know. I had a third one, but it's lost. Anyway, Bree. Awesome. Bri.
Yeah. So I'm already regretting this. It's not a whole. Okay. So I'm not going to share like whole story because that's between us. But we were in the ocean. Like it was really nice. We had a really nice moment and everything like that. And by in the ocean I mean like ankles deep kind of thing in the water. Okay. Like it wasn't too cold. Thought it was going to rain. It wasn't bad. Like I mean, sun's getting ready to set kind of thing. Really nice.
Okay.
And I was playing with her, joking, and I like leaned back. I leaned back and I just fell flat into the water.
Wow.
Like just completely drenched. Fell into the water. And she thought this was the most hysterical thing in the world and was cute and did not fall at all because she's like an athlete and stuff. Like she played like college lacrosse and everything. So like she's legit. Like she's not going to fall. But I am a human muppet that will just flail about and fuck up everything. So I fell straight into the water, and she just thought that was so funny. Driving back to her house, she was literally just she burst into laughter at random. And I was like, "What are you laughing at?" She's like, I just pictured your face." Like, oh fuck, what have I done?
Don't be alarmed if I fall head over feet.
Inexplicably still wants to date me, but I just don't. I'm still cringing.
Oh,
it's also the worst. And then I was cold. The drive home was so cold. My clothes, my wet jeans.
Oh man, that is so sweet. My teeth hurt right now. That is just, I love it.
You're gross. Terrible. I have already firmly embraced the fact that we're terrible. So anyway.
I mean, you had a meet cute, and now you had a meet cuter. How the fuck, man? Come on.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Who's the villain in this rom-com? Society. It's society.
The villain. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. We got we did get some. I didn't even notice this until she pointed it out to me. But we got some weird looks because we were holding hands, walking, and I didn't notice the guy, but apparently she did. Mm. And I was like, "What are you doing?" And she's like, "That fucking guy." Was looking at us, like staring at. She's like, "Take a picture." And then apparently she like winked at him and was messing with him. And I'm like, fuck! What are you doing?
Like, oh shit! I got a chance. Oh shit! No, no. Oh, okay.
He does not play.
No. No, just this guy. Just for a fleeting second, he's like, yeah. "Oh shit! I'm it."
Oh yeah,
She was making fun of me.
He should have felt the danger of Bree's wrath. So. Good. Yeah, she'll take you down.
Yeah.
She's tough. Anyway, so that was my weekend. And days since.
Yeah, I didn't find any new romance over the weekend. Just the same,
I was going to say, I hope not.
Just that same, it feels new, It feels new every day.
No, you're gross and sweet.
Okay. So, you know what I forgot? Shout out to Cinnabon. Cinnabon is so nice to us on Twitter.
Sweet, guys. Cinnabon. This podcast is brought to you by Cinnabon.
All right, real talk. Have you had Cinnabon since we started name dropping them on the podcast?
No.
Neither have I.
I have to go mall for that. That's unfortunate.
I know, that's the downside, man. You gotta go to a mall to get Cinnabon. What's up with that? I don't want to go and be around people and shit. Who wants that? Not me.
Yeah.
Cinnabon, when you're brave enough to be around people. This is your reward.
Maybe put your locations outside of a mall. Cinnabon.
Cinnabon. Located two stalls down from Sbarro.
Yeah.
Oh, man. They have like Sbarros outside of malls now in Chicago. It blew my mind. It was almost as surprising when I saw Little Caesars for the first time outside of a Kmart. Like, this is a thing.
It's like The Office when Michael is like, got to get me a New York slice or whatever, and rolls up to Sbarro's.
Yeah.
Like, why? Yeah.
Or if like there's a frozen pizza brand that you really like and you see like a restaurant for them one day, like Home Run Inn. They have locations in Chicago now. Beggars,
I've never even heard of that pizza.
Well, Beggars isn't frozen. Yeah, Home Run Inn, Reggio's. That's what I'm thinking. Reggio's used to be a local Chicago pizza restaurant. Then they went strictly frozen, and everyone was sad about that.
Yeah.
What happened to you, Reggio's?
They made a mistake. Oh, I forgot. In our housekeeping, we did have one listener write in about last week's episode.
Okay.
So, Paul Calicote said, great show, y'all. Thanks you, Paul.
Thanks, Paul.
Said, so I liked the last two episodes this is talking about the crossover.
Mm-hmm.
But something was a bit off during the finale battle. Absolutely loved blank cameo. We're just going to leave that blank since we haven't done our full spoiler warning. Give him a damn movie already. Idea for a Superman Flash episode, The Race Around the World. For like a crossover next year when they have the Superman show. That's a good idea.
That's right. That's a good point. Yeah.
Next crossover should be Batman's plans to take out the League, get activated, and Batwoman has to stop it.
So we're talking.
So like they can bring back Kevin Conroy.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. And that's like the whole Prometheus storyline. From JLA during the Grant Morrison, I believe, years when he was writing. So, Batman had a plan in place to take down every single member of the Justice League. All of a sudden, like this villain comes out of nowhere. And this is how dated it is. This is a guy that would load like CD-ROMs into his helmet to figure out how to like load certain programs into his brain, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, he knew how to take down each member of the Justice League almost as if, he knew all their secrets. And it was because he stole them from Batman. And so Batman had to admit, like, it was me. These are my plans. And I'm sorry. And that led to them not trusting Batman for a long time.
No shit.
Yeah.
No shit.
Like, shit, man. You hid my keys, Batman. Do you know? That's the one thing that I hate. You hid my keys. You gotta go. You're off the team. That's it.
Is that your thing?
That's how Batman would take me. No, Batman would have to hide my wallet and my pants. Like, I have a thing. I haven't lost my wallet since I was like 13 years old.
Same. I keep my keys and my wallet in a little cup by the door.
I'm very particular.
But like a little tray. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know exactly. Yeah, like a little thing people have like a plate or something like that. Yeah. But like, I haven't lost a wallet. The first time that I've lost my wallet since I was 13 was when I told you about it. That's why I took time to paint this picture for you about how I lost it in El Segundo, when I went to LA. Because it was unreal. Like, how the fuck do I, as a grown man, lose my wallet? Batman. There you go.
Yeah. Blame Batman.
Yep.
Blame Batman.
Not the copious amounts of legal weed. No, Batman.
I keep forgetting about that because you and we're both so straight edge.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
For the most part, yeah.
Yeah. That like, I forget that you did that. Which was fine. Good for you. Go Glen Coco.
I'm not even insinuating like, oh yes, I did all the weed out in LA and nobody take that soundbite and abuse it. No, I'm just saying like,
Matt, literally no one cares.
Well, yeah, but it's also like counterintuitive by me being an asthmatic that I would go and smoke a joint. Because, like, all right, so since weed has been legalized here in Illinois, it smells like weed everywhere. Like, in my building's hallway. I had to buy an air purifier specifically because of that reason. It just smells like Snoop Dogg is visiting everybody in the night and leaving presents of just like a baggie of weed. That
sucks. Damn.
I mean, yeah, if you got shit to do, yes, it sucks.
No. I mean, like, just the smoke part of it. Like the weed being legalized is one thing, but damn, dealing with all that smoke, that's shitty. And the smell.
Exactly it. And so, I mean, the way that it's gone in previous states when it's been legalized, it's going to be like 3 to 4 months before, you know, people finally start to calm the fuck down again and understand, like, hey, guess what? It's kind of weird that you decide to play Jamaican music and a little bit racist every time you decide to get high.
Wait, am I not supposed to be doing
that? You do what you want, man, but it's just like, it's so on the nose. Like, oh God, really? You playing reggae right now?
Remember when Matthew McConaughey was like, had the cops call him because he was smoking weed, playing the bongos? Naked? Remember that?
Yeah.
Remember when that was the big news of the day?
That was, yeah. I don't know why I thought you meant Matthew Broderick, and I was going to say, when he was Inspector Gadget, but no.
Oh, God, ew.
That was due to another drug. I don't know. That was, not good.
Yeah.
Speaking of drugs.
Terrible thought. Someone scrub that from my brain.
Speaking of drugs.
Yeah. Matt, what are you talking about? Am I supposed to know?
I was looking at the notes trying to see how to segue with that, but no. The next thing on the list,
Speaking of drugs, I'm addicted to streaming shows. And
are you?
NBC has a new streaming service, and no, I don't fucking transition. So what I can't believe is that NBC, their Peacock.
They're gonna make us keep saying that.
It's a peacock, baby. Proud as a peacock. That is the worst thing I've ever done. McGruber is getting a TV series. I am very excited for this.
Wow.
Do you not like McGruber? Did you see the movie?
I did not see the movie.
Okay.
Did you know?
It's really good.
Here's my random wrestling fact of the day for you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. McGruber, not Will Forte. McGruber guest hosted an episode of Monday Night Raw one week. They were doing this weird thing where they would have a celebrity come on the show and be a guest host. So week after week, we had Bob Barker, we had Snoop Dogg, we had the Muppets, Seth Green for some reason, and then McGruber. I don't know why. It didn't last long. It was like a couple of months.
Was it when the movie was coming out?
I think it was to coincide with the movie. But yeah, it's like, no. Will Forte is not a big enough name. We're going to have him do this character in different skits for 3 hours backstage. You're already getting a movie.
Will Ferrell do that as like Ron Burgundy with a couple things too? He hosted things?
Yeah, like famously he did a whole week on Conan where he was Ron Burgundy. And recently I think he tried to like launch a podcast as Ron Burgundy, but it didn't quite take off.
Yeah. So they are though I will recommend the McGruber movie to you.
Okay.
It's shockingly, like, I kind of watched it randomly as a late night movie kind of thing, and it made me laugh. One thing that's really interesting about the McGruber movie was the whole segment in Deadpool 2 where they're like, we're gathering a team, and then the team all dies.
Yeah.
They did that in McGruber years before.
Oh, wow.
It's the exact same bit, basically.
That's kind of great.
Yeah. So it's just, I mean, it's stupid. Like, it's not, I don't know what I would compare it to, but like, it is a dumb movie. It is as dumb as making McGruber a TV, or that little bit into a full movie, and now a TV show can be. But it's funny, and I'm now excited for this.
it's weird what works from SNL. Like earlier, you were talking about, Wayne's World still holding up.
Yeah.
And of course, the Blues Brothers.
In case that didn't make it into the show, guys.
Yeah.
We're talking about Wayne's World.
We did. But yeah, like Wayne's World, Blues Brothers. But then you get the Coneheads. Coneheads happened so long after those skits, and it actually did pretty well.
Those skits too. They freaked me out.
Yeah, they were kind of freaky. But did you like the movie?
No.
Oh, okay. Well.
I'm sorry. That seemed very aggressive.
It did.
No, I did not.
You came kind of hard at the Coneheads.
I did not like Coneheads. It freaked me out. I liked Superstar. Thank you very much.
See, yeah, all right. So Superstar would have been on my list of ones that didn't work, but
worked for me.
Yeah, and then of course Night at the Roxbury. It's Pat.
Love. I seriously love that movie. I'm not even kidding.
Yeah, it was around that era of movies like Deuce Bigelow, where it was like, you know what? It's a movie.
I've watched it so many times as a kid.
I'm gonna watch it. It's on the screen. I'm gonna watch it. Oh, okay.
I know every line from that movie because we watched it so many times.
You know what's funny about that movie to me? Like, it was PG-13, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And it had boobs in it.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I was at the theater. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Those are breasts. Like, I forget who I was with, but I was just like, guys, you seeing this?
Have you? I feel like I probably sent it to you at one point. If I didn't send it to you, then I posted it. It's Baby Yoda, and it's like him doing the "oh man" face. And it's like when it's a movie from the 80s, it's PG, but it's from the 80s, so you see titties. Baby Yoda going, "Oh shit!" Like that's the reaction that you get to something like that.
It's so funny. Yeah. They used to just be so fast and loose with those ratings. It's just like, okay. Yeah, we can't swear too much.
Like the early 80s or something like that, I think. I don't remember the first one. But yeah, they got away with a lot.
Man.
It's crazy going back and looking at those movies. There's so many of them that would have been PG-13.
Right.
I mean, this is a tangent-heavy episode, guys.
It really is.
We're both out of it right now.
I'm not out of it. I know exactly what I'm doing.
Oh,
I'm talking about PG-13 boobs. So, yeah, it was just so weird. Like, and there was a
weird. We were talking to Cinnabon earlier, and now we're talking about boobs.
Look, everybody,
guys, this is what MLK dreamt of: a gay white woman and a straight black man talking about titties.
This is the great equalizer right here. This is the great equalizer. We sit down and we can discuss.
Solve it all. Did we just fix racism?
That's it. That's all it took right there.
Oh my God.
And here we are. But it was always like, okay, so when I was discovering that sentence could have gone many places.
That's why I'm moving
when you're discovering movies and the way certain ones are like pandering to you and other ones are trying to actually tell a story, there's a big difference between late night HBO and the Bikini Car Wash Club or whatever it was versus like, okay, this movie happens to feature breasts.
Yes. Yeah. Very different experiences.
Very different experience.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, we are going into... Nope, not sharing stories. Okay, moving on. It's like, should I? Nope. Nope.
All right. That's fair enough. Fair enough. That's fine. I mean, it's life. It happens. Boobies happen. It's fine. Game delays. Let's talk about video games.
Oh my God. This episode is a mess.
It's like a bucket of cold water.
Sweating buckets over here. Like, why am I talking about things I'm talking? Oh my God. All right.
It's fine. It's like you know what? Some weeks the podcast is good because you and I are excited to talk to each other about certain things. Other weeks it's good because we have something to get off of our chest in a cathartic way. This is one of those weeks where it's just we're just having a good fucking time right now. Just catching up on shit, whatever that may be. We made a list and we're getting through the list. So, games, video games. Were there any games you were excited for this year that were supposed to come out?
You mean 2019?
Nope. I'm talking about 2020.
2020. Okay, sorry. The Last of Us 2, man. That's my jam.
Yeah.
Other than that,
yeah. So just to give folks an idea of what we're talking about here, I'll just give you the big overarching thing. So, some top tier games that were announced last year, unfortunately, have encountered some delays. So the big Avengers game from Square Enix that's going to be that is being developed by Crystal Dynamics, the same team that does the Tomb Raider games, the current generation Tomb Raider games. It's been delayed from May 15th to September 4th. The big Final Fantasy VII remake, the first chapter of it anyway, the one we were talking about several episodes ago during our E3 breakdown, that's pushed back from March 3rd to April 10th. So that's not too bad.
No. That seems very reasonable to me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a game developer, so I don't really know what's reasonable, but like that seems realistic, like a small amount of time just to polish, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not a game dev either, obviously, but it's just, if we're told as the public to expect this product to come out on a certain day, we expect it to come out at that time and not encounter several delays. It works against AAA games like Kingdom Hearts 3 comes to mind, most of all. Just something being delayed that everybody is just eagerly anticipating, and it just gets pushed back and pushed back. Famously, Nintendo rarely sees delays when they're developing a game. So, they're like the I don't know, the example I think that some of these developers should live up to, but it's not the same for everybody. There's a cool Iron Man VR game that was supposed to be coming out February 28th. It has now been pushed back to May 15th, which is ironically the original release date for that Avengers game. So you will get some Iron Man on that day, just not all the Iron Man.
You will not get all of the Avengers. You will get one Avenger, just and you will like it.
That's right. Just the one guy. Oh, man.
We can have one Avenger, just as a treat.
If you really want to get depressed, you should read up on what's going on in the Iron Man comics. It is not good. All right.
You mean like poorly written or
poorly written, terrible story. Artwork is kind of
Who's writing it? Who's doing the artwork?
I don't know who's doing the artwork, but Dan Slott's writing it.
Oh wait, I don't like him that much. He's okay. Whatever.
He had some good Spidey moments, but
sure, Dan. Yep.
I like Superior Spider-Man. I thought it was a good story. Once.
No.
This is another conversation. We'll come back to that. Cyberpunk, that cool game that's coming out from CD Projekt Red, the people that made Witcher, and Keanu Reeves is in this game. That was pushed back from September 16th to September 17th. That's a pretty substantial delay.
Yeah, all of these are substantial except for that last one, Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
This is surprising.
Yeah. And then lastly, The Last of Us 2 from February to May.
Yeah, that's the one that
hurts, man.
Wasn't it originally supposed to come out late last year?
You know what? It was rumored to, but then they officially came out with saying, hey, look, this is the day. They made this great trailer. It featured Ellie and all kind of crazy shit going on, and they put it at the end of the trailer almost as if it was carved in stone with this just deep bassy noise behind it. Like, this is it. This is the day it's coming out. And then a month later, hey guys, nah, sorry. Can't push it back. So, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to play. There's always something.
The only good thing about The Last of Us 2 being delayed to that point is that it's it becomes like a birthday game. That's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's kind of nice.
Because I'm June 8th. That's close.
You drop it hints. I understand. That's fine.
A wink, wink.
Yeah, I mean,
that's been a joke with Brie lately because I can't wink. Apparently, I did not know this. I blink. I don't wink.
Really?
I blink.
It's
like an idiot.
It's like the girl on My Favorite Murder that can't do the cat call whistle.
Well, what's funny is because I joke about being like Alexis Rose on Schitt's Creek.
Yeah.
I forgot there's a whole series of jokes on there where she can't blink or she can't wink. So she winks horribly. So she's like winking and she's like, David, wink emoji. Wink emoji, like wink emoji. So yeah, I can't anywhere. But yeah, hint, wink emoji, hint, wink.
Wink emoji. So yeah, of all these games, I think I was most excited for, Last of Us 2 as well. I mean, second would have gone to Cyberpunk because, CD
I'm
Projekt
intrigued
Red.
by Cyberpunk. I don't really care about any of these other ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
I know
Iron Man
Avengers
VR.
could be, yeah, you've got VR. That's off the table for me, pretty much.
Yeah. But like, I wish I could live stream this Batman Arkham VR game because there's a lot to take in there. And
wait, you can't stream it?
I can stream it, but okay, so it does this weird thing. When you're in the helmet, of course, everything that you're looking at, everything that's going on in the screen in front of you is what you see, right? But to the person watching the monitor, the TV basically, it looks like, I don't know, it's like everything is kind of like, it's almost like it's trying to like use a third person camera instead of being your point of view.
That's weird.
It is. I'm not describing it right.
It's not your fault. I feel like I'm going to have to go later and look up what this, maybe someone has like figured out a way to get the video.
Yeah. So I'll give you an example. So there's a moment when you're suiting up in the Batman costume and you get to look in a mirror as the suit is calibrating. And if you have the move sticks in your hand, it's tracking your head motions as well. You can make it look like you're dancing around as Batman. And he's got this serious expression on his face. So it's like, he's just really into the groove, just like, getting down. And, to you, of course, because it's your head, you can look at yourself dancing in the mirror and it's like, I'm keeping up with it. But if you're looking at the TV screen, it's like the camera's going everywhere and you can't really see what Batman's doing. It's just like looking all around the room.
It's weird.
It is.
It's trippy.
Because that was the first thing I wanted to record. I'm like, okay, I'm going to dance around as Batman and put that on the internet because, that's the goofy shit that I do. No, that sounds amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's my brand. If people follow me on Twitter, that's my shit. That's what I do. That's true. So, but it was just like just all over the place. I'm like, that sucks. Okay. So,
and you could have made it into a GIF. We make GIFs now, guys.
We make GIFs, y'all.
We know how to make GIFs. If you join patreon.com/Lex and Matt, get into our Facebook group, you can see some GIFs in there. We done made some GIFs.
That's right. You have a mustache GIF. I have a eye roll GIF.
Yeah, I do have a mustache GIF. It is funny. You can see it if you go on our Patreon. Okay.
That was so convincing. You had me.
Yeah. That's because I was looking at the notes for the next thing. So, what the okay, I'm sorry guys. This is me. I did not read the notes ahead of time. So I just looked at the next story.
Yes.
You're bringing this to the table. So I'm just going to sit back and go, huh? What?
Okay. So this comes from bloodydisgusting.com. A lot of you folks probably already know this, especially if you're really into horror movies. Sony and Blumhouse, Blumhouse is the production company behind stuff like Get Out, of course. They're rebooting Fantasy Island as a horror film. And it's coming out Valentine's Day this year. So
they've already made this then?
It's done. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, it is done. So Fantasy Island, and I think they're calling it Blumhouse Presents Fantasy Island or something like that. It's another take on the original show, of course, starring Ricardo Montalban, which was remade into more of a sci-fi show, starring Malcolm McDowell, I want to say in the late 90s, maybe mid 90s. It's being remade as a horror film now, starring Michael Pena as
they got
Mr.
Michael
Rourke.
Pena too. Now, look, I will say, Blumhouse is making arguably some of the best horror films out there right now. Like, and I'm not huge into horror films, but I do like what they're making. Like, I do think that there's some great creative voices out of there.
I think that Blumhouse is going the Shaw Brothers route and just making a whole lot of shit, and whatever sticks, and whatever doesn't is forgotten about.
Yeah.
Because, I feel like I see their name on everything that comes out now. It's like Blumhouse presents, Blumhouse this, Blumhouse that. And it's like, okay, you guys make a lot of shit. Something's obviously working, so keep up the good work.
That's true. I didn't think of that. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I'm I'm conflicted about this because on one hand I'm like, oh, maybe they could do this right and it'd be weird and cool. I mean, because that's what you kind of want from a horror film, right? Like, you want it to be a little bit weird, maybe a little bit funny, scare you. Like, that's what's brilliant about. I was actually just watching Get Out because it was just randomly on before before we started recording. And I was like, God, this movie is actually really funny too. Like, it's just this great blend. I think that's why it hits so hard.
And that's the beauty of Jordan Peele's style, is that he knows when to shine the camera on what's going on to make it funny or to make it horror. And there's a thin line that separates that. Like, even a lot of stuff on the show, a lot of stuff on Key and Peele, it was like horror tinged. Like, there was a lot of stuff where they were encountering like zombie racists or something like that. And it's like, okay, that could have worked as a whole movie, but I'm kind of glad they just left it at 5 minutes.
Yeah.
But Fantasy Island is interesting in the fact that it's...
Now, I've never seen Fantasy Island, anything related to it.
Well, you know the basic premise, right? Like,
no.
Okay.
Not really.
So
isn't there a small person? And that's probably not the right term.
Yeah, it was,
Guys, I'm a small person too. Let's keep it 100. I'm very short.
Fantasy.
I'm allowed to say it, right?
Yes. Fantasy Island. It comes out Valentine's Day. But the original series, of course, starred Ricardo Montalban. It was a fantasy drama television series, a lot like Love Boat, where it was an hour long and it focused on like celebrity guest stars who would come to this island, and the guests were guaranteed that their fantasies would come true. So you would come to the island and you either, I forget if you would let them know ahead of time.
That premise could really work. Oof.
So basically, what ended up happening on the show from the 70s was you would get your fantasy, but you would also be taught a lesson, and you would go home being better off knowing that you have everything you need in your life right now. I mean, it was just basically a wash, rinse, repeat sort of thing, you know. The sci-fi tinged one had that same thing, but it almost kind of winked at the audience. Like, okay, we know this shit doesn't make sense, but we're going to lay a few different Easter eggs in here to make you think that there's more going on in this world than you know about. Like, is Mr. Rourke magical? Is he hiring actors? Is he able to clone people? How did this work? Is it holograms? Whatever, you know?
Interesting.
But what's great about this version of Fantasy Island, because, okay, so say that, you know, there was somebody who you had a crush on in high school, and you always wanted to run into them again and fall in love and know what it was like to have a family. So on the original Fantasy Island, what would happen is that, oh, this person happens to be on the island too, and you hit it off, and you start to fall in love, and you start talking, and you realize you have so much in common. But then you realize that your life is already great as it is, and you need to go home and, you know, live your life and forget about that stuff you left in the past, that sort of thing, you know. And it was a stretch. Like, how the hell was this person on the island? That makes no sense at all. On the 80s version, the 90s version of it, it was like, okay, well, we made this wormhole, or we went back in time and got this person, or teleported them to the island, and here they are now. In this version, let's say that you're the person that the party visiting the island had a crush on.
Right.
They pretty much kidnap you and bring you to this island.
Oh my god! I thought it was going to be like a Black Mirror thing where, I mean, it kind of is, but like where they like had clones or something like that. Maybe it's like an ethical thing. This time they're like, nope, we're just gonna grab them and go. Good Lord.
Yeah, it's weird shit, man. Because it's like, in the trailer, since it's in the trailer, I'll say this. They realize that, they're not the persons, they're not the people there to relive their fantasies. They're the ones featured in somebody else's fantasy. And so now they're fighting to get off the island.
I need to watch this trailer. Not now.
Sounds like a hoot. So yeah, we'll share that.
That actress is that's in this too.
Yeah, there's a lot of
Lucy
names
Hale.
in here.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting people in here. The kid from Silicon Valley, the one that kept squatting in the house.
Yeah.
He was also on Crazy Rich Asians. He's in there too. Yeah. So it's worth it. I think I'll check it out. It's worth a look. Maybe I'll wait till it comes on streaming, but yeah, I'll give it a look eventually.
Yeah. I'm not going to go out of my way to see this movie. I'll watch it on cable or whatever. Okay. So we've got. I need you to prepare yourself. Okay. I'm calm. Think of a meadow. A nice, calm meadow.
Like Meadow Soprano?
Yes.
Okay.
And we have some Burger King news.
What?
Well, we have some Burger King news. Okay.
Curse you, king of burgers!
He thinks he's king of burgers. Okay. You've heard of 1 Million Moms, correct?
Not all 1 million of them, but a good portion, yes.
Okay, well, they're the assholes that were going after the Hallmark commercial for 2 women kissing on their wedding day. And they're like, this is inappropriate because it corrupts the children. Guys,
the children are just fine.
That's not how gay people are made.
Oh.
I didn't see anything like that growing up, and I still ended up gay. Sorry. So now they're going after Burger King. The 1 Million Moms is going after Burger King because in a commercial for the Impossible Whopper, they used the D word. Dun, dun, dun. Not dick or anything that incredibly, horrible.
Dipshit?
They said, damn. It says, damn, that's good.
Okay.
About a Whopper.
Huh.
In a commercial.
Wow.
The language is commercially offensive.
So
I wonder
you
what
mean
the
to tell
fuck
me
they would think about this show.
1 million moms were bored. When you say 1 million moms...
It's definitely not 1 million of them. There's no way.
Absolutely not. But when you say 1 million moms is going after Burger King, it makes me think of that scene from World War Z where they're all like crawling all over each other to get over the wall. Yeah. Like, shit.
Well, what's funny is this is 1 million moms, and they have a petition to remove or edit the ad, and it only has 9,000 signatures.
I guarantee you a good number of those signatures are just people just like commenting with just like, fuck you guys. Or
Karen in her basement going, God damn it. Wait, I'm not supposed to say that. Oh no.
All right now, Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
Get that filthy language out of your mouth, young man.
Do as I say, not as I do. Okay?
That's right. God darn it.
I saw Burger King news and I was like, oh? And then it was so ridiculous. I'm so tired of hearing about this group too. All of a sudden I'm like hearing about their stupid shit. Like, go away. I don't have time for your hate. Don't go after gay people. Don't go after people enjoying plant-based foods. Don't go after trans people, because I'm sure they're going to have a fit about some wholesome thing that comes about that next or whatever. Like, just leave people alone. Give a shit.
Way to inflate your numbers too. Just like, all right, well, we don't have 1 million members, but we call ourselves 1 million moms. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
What you gonna do when 1 million moms comes after you?
Oh my god. 1 million moms. 9,000? That's the part that really gets me, is that they have this petition and it only has 9,000 signatures. So I'm like,
that's the best.
Is this the actual number? Is it 9,000? Even that seems a little bit high, but okay.
You should make a competing group called 525,600 moms.
Oh my god. Please don't. If someone else wants to do it, sure.
Seasons of Mom.
I will speak at your conventions. But all of the moms, it can actually be just parents, but all of the parents have to be gay. Like, that's the thing. That's the rule for this group.
Okay.
To counteract this group. Like, so it can be dads, it can be moms, it can be non-binary, trans, whatever, but they're just parents. And they go after 1 million moms. Just attack them. That's what I want to see. Be gay, do crime. Do it.
That's right. That's right.
So there's a rumor, or I'm sorry, this is not a rumor. This is a direct question to Karen Gillan. Now, you guys remember Karen Gillan from Doctor Who, and Jumanji, the latest Jumanji reboot series, which was really good. I don't know if you've watched that yet. I haven't seen the second one, but the first one was fantastic. And obviously, Guardians of the Galaxy. They asked her kind of what DC hero she would want to play or be involved with. Yeah. And she said that she would love playing Batgirl, and she would love directing Batgirl too.
Now, see, that's a pro move right there, because for the longest time, they had a Batgirl movie in the works, at least in the planning stages, and they had none other than Joss Whedon attached to direct.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I guess they broke that off. I don't know if it exists anymore, but yeah, I like that move where she's like, yeah, I'll be Batgirl.
Well, stories did come out about Joss Whedon sleeping with like interns or type of thing, and then actresses and all that. And it was consensual, but he was also abusing his power.
Yeah.
And it was written by his ex-wife. Like, it was not a black and white situation, but I do think that might have been a contributing factor to them wanting to distance themselves from him.
You know what's weird about that is that I remember that happening. I remember that long, I guess it was like a internet post that the person accusing him of doing all that put out there. And I remember reading about it on Jezebel and on the Mary Sue and that sort of thing. And yeah, the Batgirl project did go away. But all of this happened before he got to co-direct Justice League.
Right. And then it was also before the Weinstein scandal and all that.
Yeah. So
I think if that story came out today, it might be viewed a little bit more harshly.
Yeah. It just, the hypocrisy of okay, that's a whole different thing.
No, anyway. I understand. I don't think, I wouldn't say it's exactly like the Aziz story, but I think it's kind of similar to the Aziz story in the sense that it's not on the level of like assault.
Right.
And sexual harassment and all things like that, but it's not cool either when you're in a position of power, but like it I don't know.
Well, see, that's the thing. With the Aziz thing, that was a bad date. It's more complicated than that, obviously, but it was a bad date at the core of it. With the Wheaton thing, yeah, the position of power aspect is there, and the fear of turning down your boss, I'd imagine, is tangible. I don't know, man.
No. I agree. This is why I'm like, this is why I'm like trying to approach this very carefully.
Yeah,
because
same here.
It's not something that should be taken lightly. It's not appropriate. If you're in a position of power, you should not be doing that. But we can't just like say all of this is the same at the same time. I think.
And I'm not alleging that at all. I'm not
no,
saying
no. I didn't think you were. I'm saying that like we have to look at things. I'm like being very careful with my words. I do think we have to approach every scenario and view it and kind of treat it differently depending on the severity of it and everything like that. Just so that it doesn't become like a mob mentality kind of thing, or, like a lot of times zero tolerance policies don't necessarily work, because what if the situation is a little bit more nuanced? I don't know. I just feel like I'm saying so many things.
It's okay.
If you have an opinion on this, and you can find a way to talk about it, hopefully, if have dealt with something like this personally, you can talk about it and have dealt with it. But if you want to talk about it and have us talk about it on the show and offer your opinion, or even if you haven't dealt with it but a friend has, or you just have an opinion on it, let us know, because other opinions on that type of situation, we really value. So,
and I also want to reiterate, I want to make it clear, if you do write in and you want to share something like that with us, you also have the option of making sure that we keep it completely anonymous in that type of situation. If you want your name attached to it, if you want to make that truth known to you, that's fine. But if you also want to just be, Jane Doe, John Doe, what have you, or a Doe.
Sometimes it's just valuable to have other experiences. I mean, that's half of this show, right? It's us going, hey, I've been through X, Y, and Z in my life, and you going, I've been through this. Yeah, like we just have seen very different parts of life, because unfortunately we live in a world where, you have different experiences based off your gender, your sexual orientation, your race. All of these things affect your life. So I would be very interested to hear other perspectives on situations like this.
Absolutely. The odd coupleness of us is what makes us work. This is what what people come back to.
I mean, I tend to agree. That was my cat yelling, in case you heard.
I was wondering. I'm like, who's in your basement, man?
That is my cat. He's literally opening up my closet doors right now, trying to get in. So that's why he was yelling. You're a real asshole, bud.
I usually yell when I try to get out of closets. I don't know.
I don't even know why he wants to go in there. Oh my god,
man.
You're crazy. All right. What is this robbery with the pill? Oh, I put this one.
Yeah, that's you. I'm like, I hope you know what this is, or else we have somebody
Once again, I did not read the notes. All right, so I think this is a Wall of Weird story. If not, it's just a crap. Oh yeah, I remember this story now. Okay.
Time out. One second. Okay, please continue.
You good?
I'm good.
Okay. Let me start over. So this is, I'm going to call this a Wall of Weird.
Okay. Are we officially in Wall of Weird?
Let me double check. Yeah, we're in Wall of Weird.
Okay. Wall of Weird. Okay. Continue.
Okay. Good. It's not right if it doesn't have the proper introduction. Okay. So this is from BBC News in Scotland. All right. So a bank robber has a pillowcase disguise. No eye holes. Matthew Davies failed to create eye holes in a cover ahead of an armed raid at a bank in Dunfermline, Fife? I can't pronounce that. Last September, the 47-year-old who threatened staff with a meat cleaver.
Nice.
Weapon of choice is interesting as well. Left the branch with nearly 2,000 euros, but was later arrested. Davies pleaded guilty to a charge of assault and robbery. A hearing at the High Court in Glasgow heard now Davies entered the Bank of Scotland branch and pulled the meat cleaver from a pillowcase before putting the bedding item to cover his face. Yeah.
So...
yeah.
He was using it as a satchel.
He decided halfway through, maybe I should put this on my head, or he planned to do that the whole time. So he didn't create eye holes in it, so he had to take it off. Yeah. So after threatening staff, he initially was given about 300 euros, but he demanded more cash, and he said he would hurt a female customer if it was not handed over. So he battered the glass partition at the bank counter with a meat cleaver, and then he left the branch with just about 2,000 euros.
Wow.
Right. So a witness followed him from the branch to his home, which...
You know what? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. First of all, don't do that.
Don't do
people.
that. Seriously, don't ever do that. Look,
Secondly,
I know I know you're trying to do the right thing, but call the police. Like, you got to let someone else handle that. That's way too dangerous.
Secondly, how much of a buster must you be that people felt safe following your punk ass home?
Yeah.
When you just robbed a bank at Cleaver Point. What? Oh,
yeah.
man.
Police later found cash and a pillowcase, quote, consistent with what he put over his head at the house.
But this last line makes it. This next line makes it. Go ahead. Read that.
Crap. Close the article. Read it.
Okay,
You read it.
Okay. They also discovered a stun gun. Motherfucker, why didn't you bring the
Why
stun
didn't you use the stun gun? Why?
Took up the bait, you dumbass. Oh. Okay. So, drugs?
I mean, how could it not be drugs?
Wow, man. So part of me wants to think that he actually did cut eye holes into a pillowcase, but grabbed the wrong pillowcase on the way out the door. And as his girlfriend or wife was putting the bedding back on the bed, she discovered the 2 holes in the pillowcase.
I grabbed the wrong one. Damn it!
And thought it was like moths or something.
Yeah. Bridget!
Oh, Bridget. You gave me the wrong pillowcase.
Pillowcase. Yeah. All right. We have a second wall of weird story today.
Second wall of weird.
I think you added this one, but to be honest, I can never remember nowadays. I just find things and throw them in there. Is it?
No, this one was all you.
Okay. Bathman who fought off rabid fox attacked again. This is out of Maine. 88-year-old Norman Keeney says that his Friday afternoon was going smoothly. I had just returned from the store, parked my car, and the door was closed, and I heard this little mew. The retired chief of Bath, which is the name of the town in Maine, says that he was a fire chief, says that he thought the sound came from his cat. I looked, and it was a fox starting to come at me. He says the fox was able to take him down after pouncing on him. Wait. I'm in the middle of the driveway trying to beat it off with a cane, and the cane kept breaking.
Damn.
Keeney was scratched and bitten all over his hands and face. He received treatment I feel bad for him, at Mid-Coast Hospital, including stitches on his fingers and eyebrow. The fox must have grabbed onto my eye. It's a wonder he didn't get the eyeball and pull it out there. Thankfully, he didn't.
Wow.
He says that a nearby neighbor helped pull the fox off of him. And then the police did put the fox down, and then they're testing it to make sure it's not rabid.
Yeah.
But, okay. But the story's not over. For Keeney, this is a cruel version of deja vu. Back in September, he strangled a rabid fox to death with his foot when it was attacking him.
Holy shit.
The January attack was a bigger fox. The last one, I was able to get it with my foot. The last one, it was just strangling it with my bare hands, hoping it would stop clawing me. What did this man do to foxes?
They just got it out for him, man. They must be talking, just heard you talking shit, man. What's up? What you got against foxes?
Yeah, and he's getting treatments to make sure he doesn't have rabies or anything like that. And it's good that they did put that fox down. Look, we're animal lovers. We love animals. But when an animal's attacking a human like that, that's kind of a weird situation. That's probably something that has gone wrong.
It's a very weird situation. We have something going on here in Chicago where the coyotes are starting to come at people. And a couple of weeks ago, there was a coyote that bit a kid. You know?
Yeah. Well, the kid deserved it.
Well, that's that's usually what you would assume because, coyotes tend to stay away from humans. And they basically chase after like small woodland creatures, chipmunks and rabbits and that sort of thing. So yeah, people were like, okay, well, what did the kid do? But you can't say that because it's like a little kid.
Right.
So anyway.
They didn't do anything. They're smaller. They're like, they become prey. That's
not even that. Not in this situation. So
okay.
they found the coyote. They captured the coyote. This is actually like on the news and everything too. They showed the capture, which I thought was really weird in a city like Chicago. Like, wow, they're showing this. Interesting. They found out that the coyote had been shot with a BB gun in its chest.
Oh,
and it was just basically lashing out at that point.
Oh.
So,
see, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, it's like some asshole shot the coyote.
Yeah, the coyote.
In the chest, and now he's like, in survival mode.
You know what I bet? It was that fucking Roadrunner.
Fucking Acme, fucking defective products. It was a BB trap for the Roadrunner, and it backfired.
Yep.
And it blew up in his face, and you could just hear the coyote going.
He's angry.
He's angry.
He's angry for good reason too.
Just has a habit of falling off of cliffs.
So there is one more quote by Keeney here, which he said. He says, "I've got a different walking stick. It's an older one, a wooden one. I'm gonna start using that now." So he's like, the solution to this. Apparently, foxes are attracted to me, so I'm gonna beat them with a stick.
Local foxes in your area want to know your location.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
You just named the episode.
I hate it, man. I hate it because some fox is gonna be reading this story and be like, "Oh, bigger stick, huh? Got your number, motherfucker."
Yeah.
This isn't the last we've heard of Keeney.
Fucker. No. What if we find out that this man has been like holding foxes in his den or something like that, selling their meats off? I don't know. What if this is like, you killed my entire family?
Right. Did they check his trunk?
I don't know, man. They didn't say anything about it, but
this is like a fox taken situation. He kidnapped that fox's wife.
That's what I'm saying. What did you do with my wife?
That's my wife. That's my fox wife.
That's my fox wife.
So yeah, there's more to this story.
One is one thing. Two, suspicious.
You start asking questions after two. Exactly.
What the fuck you doing to them foxes?
Right.
What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What you doing?
You got me watching this show, You, now.
Yeah, I haven't finished it yet.
Yeah, neither have I.
Okay.
I just got to season 2.
Okay, yeah.
And I'm not going to give spoilers or anything like that. It's captivating.
It's so good.
I've never watched.
And I remember I told you that the lead actor is also, like, I really love him because he's talking about, like, toxic masculinity and, like, the way we portray this type of romance in the media and shit like that.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
It's really good.
It's good. And I feel bad for this guy. And I think this is where we started talking about him way, way earlier in the show. When I say earlier, I mean like earlier episodes of the show, when you were telling me that people were associating him with his character very closely.
Yeah.
To the point where he has no choice but to be an advocate, at this point, because he's a good actor. He plays that part very convincingly. Obviously it hits close to home on a minor level, hopefully for most people, watching that see something there. It's scary how he can turn it on and off, but that's the quality of actor he is, but yeah, he basically.
Did you see the clip of him on Colbert?
No.
There was a clip of him on Stephen Colbert the other day, and he did the switch from his face to Joe's face. It was crazy. It was really cool.
It's funny too, because if you just watch it with a different soundtrack, it's a rom-com. Just bar none.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. It's
like
it's
when
a rom-com.
they edit the actual rom-coms and they change the music and turn it into a horror film.
Yeah.
Like those fake trailers and stuff.
They did it to Bosom Buddies, I think, too. And it's, same thing. What gets me about him is just like the narration and everything that he does. It's funny watching that show, not only his switch, but watching it and realizing that this was a Lifetime show that was, I think they canceled it and it was bought back by Netflix. Is that right?
Yes. So the first season ran on Lifetime.
Okay.
And, sorry. So I think before they even finished airing it, like it was very quick that it was canceled and then like scooped up by Netflix.
Yeah.
Because it was just starting to get a little bit of buzz. And some people were talking about it because it's based on books as well.
Okay. Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So the first season was the first book, and apparently the second season is the second book, and I think she's continuing.
Okay.
The series, or they did pick it up for a third season, so we'll see.
There's definitely, and again, without giving away spoilers or anything like that, there's a change in the show where you can tell it's like, oh no, motherfuckers, we got that Netflix money now. We're not cutting for commercial breaks. We're not, cutting away from this sort of thing anymore. This is a new era of you.
Yeah.
And it's frightening.
It is.
It's a weird show.
It's so good. It's so good. Like,
I don't even know if I could say it's good. It's just like, it's captivating. It just holds your attention.
I disagree. I think it's good. I think it's really powerful. I do think it's the way it's dealing with, like toxic romance and toxic masculinity and all that. I think it's, especially in this day and age where we're kind of like, oh man, like there's the joke on How I Met Your Mother where are you the Dahmer or the Dobbler? Like, you remember that?
Yeah.
So like, for those who haven't seen How I Met Your Mother, it's the romantic gesture is either Lloyd Dobler from Say Anything, super romantic, super great, everything like that, or it's Jeffrey Dahmer and a serial killer. It all depends on the eyes of the beholder. And they're basically taking that idea. I mean, it's based on books, so it's different, but like that kind of idea of, is this romance? Is this not? When does it become creepy? What, like, it's just, I think it's really well done. Yeah.
I mean, I totally agree with that. It's well done. I just don't know if I can say it's good. I know it's a weird metric, where it's just like, fuck, this is fucked up.
Oh, well, if you're having a hard time dealing with it because of that, I get it.
Yeah. It's fucked up, man.
Definitely.
Yeah, but it's on Netflix if anyone's interested. Oh, much like us, it's based on a book. So, this whole podcast, every episode is based on a different novel. Yes.
My erotic friend fiction.
That's why we spent so much time talking about boobs on this episode.
Yeah.
That was the chapter. It was titled Boobs. Anyway.
What are we doing? Look at us.
I don't know, man.
Like the full run. Hey. Look at us.
Look at us.
What's happening? Yeah.
I think that's a show, ladies and gentlemen. We appreciate you listening to our ramblings, hanging out with us this evening as we hang out with one another. It's been fun, but we're going to call it a night. Mm-hmm. We're going to let you get on with your day. If you enjoy what we do here on the show, please consider contributing. Give us a tip. Throw a coin to your witcher, if you will, over on patreon.com, Lex and Matt. Of course, you can follow us on all the social medias. Go to our website, lexandmattpod.com. And as always, just keep being great people.
You mean be excellent to each other?
No, okay. Because it's your turn. See, I stopped. I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, it's not my turn.
No.
Okay.
Yeah. Be good, sweet chili babies to everyone. Be good, sweet chili babies.
I'm Matt Peters.
I'm Lex Lutz. Be excellent to each other. It was like a round where we're like, bye.